Is this a better value than a Benelli? Let's find out. Hey guys, Akimbo Chris from Crusader Armory TV. Back out here on the range again today, and today guys, we are talking about shotguns. Let's say you're in the market and you want a do-it-all shotgun. You want something that you can use for home defense, something you can take out to the range and have fun with, something you could possibly use for competition use, skeet shooting, hunting, whatever the case may be. I think a lot of us would agree that the Benelli M4 is probably one of the best options for an all-around shotgun. However, I'm poor and I don't have $2,000 to drop on a shotgun. And I'm sure there's a lot of you out there who also feel the same exact way. The MAC-1014 enters the chat. This is MAC's shot at making their own Turknelli shotgun. The Turknelli is a Benelli M4 style pattern shotgun that has become popular over the last few years because the Benelli M4 patent, just like the Glock Gen 3, expired a few years ago. So that's why you guys have seen a lot of Turknellis, like we like to call them, on the market, which are Turkish clones of the Benelli M4 shotgun. These all do have that Benelli M4 Argo gas piston system in them, which is what makes them very, very unique. Because, as you guys all know, the Benelli M4 is known for its reliability with different loads because of that gas piston system, and they're also known to mitigate recoil very well as compared to something like your generic pump shotgun. The reason I'm really excited about MAC's addition to the Turknelli market is because MAC has been doing some really crazy things inside of the gun space here recently. If you guys don't know, they also have released a MP5 clone not too long ago that comes in right under $1,000, and it's been very well reviewed thus far as reliability, as far as, you know, just manufacturing quality. They seem to be up to par with some of the other MP5 clones on the market. And they also have entered the 2011 market as well with some staccato clones that have also been reviewed very, very well. I'm pretty sure they use all forged parts in their 2011s, and that is huge for the price point that they come in at. And I've owned one. I had the MAC-1014, and I really like that gun. It shot very well. It was super smooth. It comes in right around $1,000 as compared to something like the staccatos that are around $2,000. So today, guys, we're gonna see if the MAC-1014 holds up to the rest of their collection of firearms that they have released. We're gonna see if it's reliable, we're gonna see what the build quality is like, and we're gonna see if it can hold up to the other Turknellis on the market. So we're gonna put a variety of different loads through it, buckshot, slugs, some birdshot, and see if it can handle it, see if it will cycle it, and see if this may be an option for you under $500. So let's get into the build. All right, guys, so just going through the build here really quick, what I have set up on the shotgun is we do have an optic here. It's just a standard red dot. This is a Swamp Fox Mini Liberator 2. I will have a link to all of these different attachments in the pinned comments below. So if you're interested, please go check that out. But this is the Swamp Fox Liberator Mini 2. It is a pretty good red dot. It's pretty bright. I have it tested on a shotgun. So today we have it stuck on the MAC-1014 to see if it will withhold the recoil of a 12 gauge. For the flashlight here, we do have a Picatinny mount on that M-LOK rail with a Surefire M300 clone. As you guys know, I kind of stick these on all my guns. They are around 35 bucks on Amazon, and they work very, very well. And they're all interchangeable with Surefire parts. So if you want to put a Surefire head on there, or you want to put a actual Surefire switch on there, you can do that. And that's the biggest selling point to me, because, you know, you can get Surefire parts almost at any gun store locally to use. So if you want to switch this out, the parts are readily available, and you can switch it out with higher quality parts if you want to. But today, guys, we're putting it on a shotgun. So we're gonna really see if it's worth the $35 that you pay for it, and see if it can withhold the recoil from a 12 gauge. So we'll see if this loosens up, but that is what we are running on there for a flashlight. And then we do also have a side saddle. So this is the Elite Spanker side saddle. Elite Spanker is also kind of like an Amazon company, but they make really good quality gear. They make pouches for plate carriers, mag pouches, battle belts, all type of stuff. So go check them out on Amazon. I'll put a link on the description below. But this is a side saddle I run on all my shotguns. This is the one I also had on my other Turknelli. So I suppose it's gonna work because I never had any issues with my other ones, but we will find out. It's just a Velcro side saddle. You stick it on the side of your shotgun to carry some extra rounds. We also do have a Midwest Industries rail on here. So these do not come factory with a Midwest Industries rail. However, I did buy this gun secondhand and it already had that rail on it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I got this full setup for $350 at my local gun shop. So if you guys can find these secondhand, especially for under 400 bucks, this is probably the best option on the market for a shotgun. But that all does depend on the reliability. I haven't had a lot of issues out of Turknellis. That's what I will say. I don't expect to have issues out of this one, but that's why we're here to test it on the range. This model does have the tactical stock on it. So some of them come with fixed stocks, some of them come with wood furniture. This one has the tactical adjustable stock on it with the cheek rest. And what I will say, just compared to the fixed stock that I had on my other Turknelli, I did have a wood grain one. This one, I really do like the cheek rest. I know a lot of people say it's pointless and they don't really like it. Me, I like it. Because what it does for me is when you do have something like a red dot on here, you can adjust it to where you know your head's gonna be sitting at so you can see that red dot. So that way you're not trying to find the red dot or find a good cheek weld. You can set that to the proper cheek weld that you need to look through the optic. And I really like that option. That way you can be quick, you know exactly where to put your head, where you're gonna be able to find that dot. So that's pretty much it for the build, guys. I probably will build this out a little bit more, add maybe like a magazine extension, maybe a different charging handle. I do like the round charging handles as opposed to these just like little stick ones. So maybe I will switch some more stuff out. But that's the build for today, guys. We're gonna shoot it, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna start out with some buckshot and some slugs just to give it a chance, you know, break it in a little bit, and then we'll shoot some birdshot through it. So let's see what the groupings look like. We need to sight the optic in, and let's see how she runs. Okay, real quick, guys, before we get into the shooting, before we get into the exciting part, I just want to do a quick shameless shout out real quick to our clothing brand. As you guys know, I mentioned a lot on the channel, we have a clothing brand that's going to drop very soon. It is a Christian-oriented, warrior-style tactical clothing brand. I know that's a mouthful. You'll understand when you see the shirt. But I do want to just shout that out. So go follow us on our Facebook page because we're going to be doing a giveaway very soon where you can win the design of your choice. So go follow. We're trying to get to at least 100 follows on Facebook before we drop the giveaway. That way we can make sure that you guys all have a chance to win a shirt if you're interested. So just showing you guys this design. This is one of the newest designs we just got in for testing. This is the Warrior King design, the John 14.6 design, and it does say Warrior King here on the front. Obviously you have the Warrior of God on the sleeves. This is the Warrior of God series, and then on the back you have the King of Warriors with the depiction of Jesus from Revelations, him coming in with fire in the eyes on the white horse, you know, and it says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. So if you're interested in things like this, go follow the Facebook page, like the channel, subscribe, and stay tuned for that giveaway because it will be coming very soon. Just starting out, we're gonna take a few shots. We need to get her sighted in. So I'm just gonna make sure the optic is somewhat close so we can go ahead and sight her in. So what I will say, guys, if you're probably wondering like, why should I buy Turknelli over like just a Mossberg pump shotgun or any other semi-automatic in the same price range? Well, most semi-automatics, I can tell you from experience in this price range, other than the Turknelli clones, are not very reliable. The thing about these is they have that Argo piston gas system. So, you know, usually they're a lot more reliable than your standard semi-automatic because they can deviate based on the pressure of the actual round. So we'll see if that's true today by running it through its paces, but generally these are a lot more reliable than your standard semi-automatic shotgun that you would get in this price range. And obviously compared to something like a pump shotgun, this is going to be a lot quicker. So you don't have to work the action, you're not having to worry about that extra, you know, pumping the action or whatnot. You just pull the trigger and it goes bang. So in a home defense situation, or something to use as like a combat shotgun, or maybe even competition shooting, you want to use something like a semi-automatic to really get those times as low as possible. I think the capacity on this online, it says it's 5+1. I think that's without a ghost load, so you're looking at like 6 shells, which isn't bad, but you can always get the extended magazine tube, so you can hold up to like 7-8 rounds in these things, so you can really get some good capacity out of them. So all right, we're gonna take some shots at the target here just to see where we're at with the red dot and adjust accordingly. Looks like we're a little bit low right. We got one dead bullseye though.
I mean, that'd be a dead man.
And these are buckshot loads, guys. These are home defense loads, quote unquote. So they're gonna recoil a lot harder than something like birdshot. When you run something like birdshot through these Benelli style shotguns, the recoil is negligible. It's very manageable. But we did get some in the bullseye there, but it looks like most of them were off to the right a little bit. So I'm gonna bring it just a little bit left and up, and I think we're gonna be good to go. It's close enough.
Looks pretty good. Maybe just a little left.
Yeah, a little bit more left. Maybe up just a tad bit more.
Yeah.
It's just the same adjustments here. I'm gonna go ahead and dump the rest of it. I mean, shooting basically home defense rounds through it, I mean, the recoil impulse is very soft compared to something like a pump. I mean, don't get me wrong, you're still gonna feel it in your shoulders. Obviously, you guys can see the gun is moving. It's a shotgun, but it mitigates recoil very well. So that's what I will say. And we'll do some like speed runs here later to see, how quick we can get like back-to-back shots compared to something like a pump shotgun. But I mean, the recoil is not bad at all. Yes, it punches, but it doesn't hurt. I mean, it feels good for a 12 gauge shotgun. I mean, I will say that. For the amount of power you're putting down range with something like this, I mean, I'm willing to take the recoil in the shoulder, but definitely not that bad. So let's adjust a little bit more, and then we'll see if she's on. But I think for a spread, we're sitting here at like 12 yards or so, shooting at a paper target. I mean, that's a pretty tight spread. We'll take it back to 25 today and really see what the spread's like at like 25 yards, and we'll put some slugs to it as well to test accuracy. But that's a really good spread for like a home defense. It does come with 3 chokes. I got 3 chokes with the gun, so you can kind of adjust the pattern as you please. This is what it looks like with 5 rounds of buckshot, center mass to the target. I mean, that's effective, as you can say. But definitely we're shooting a little bit to the right. The spread's definitely to the right, so we need to bring it left just a little bit more and up a little bit more. All right, now we're gonna see how she runs with wolf ammo. This is super cheap ammo, guys. I'm pretty sure this is like Russian ammo or something like that.
I think it is.
It's very dirty. It'll probably mess up your barrel, but oh well, who cares? So we're going to put some wolf ammo through it and see how she does with that. This is buckshot though, so it should do pretty well, but let's see. We should be center mass here. So I'm gonna aim for the head and see where we're at. All right.
That's a dead man.
She's smoking.
Hey, it did good with that wolf ammo.
Yeah.
That cheap Russian.
My shoulder's still gonna hurt after this.
Oh yeah.
Shooting 100 rounds of buckshot.
Oh,
a dead creeper in Minecraft. Yeah, for sure. But
yep.
Yeah, we were aiming head. I mean, these targets aren't gonna last out here, guys. It's a good thing we got multiple today. Shooting rifles and pistols, you can shoot at them all day long, but this one we're definitely probably gonna cut it in half at some point. For a spread, that's a really tight spread. I mean, that's really good. I do want to take it back to 25 though and see how it does with spread at 25. I mean, for home defense or something like that, you're not going to use it for at that distance, but I mean, for hunting, I mean, I know most hunters will usually use their shotgun within like 100 yards. So we'll try some buckshot, and we'll also put a slug through it at 25 just to see kind of what the accuracy is like, just in case you would want to use something like this for hunting. Because if it is your, go-to do-it-all shotgun, you want to make sure that it's somewhat accurate at some distance as well. So we'll put some slugs through it and some buckshot at 25 and see how it does. But it ran that wolf ammo perfectly. So no issues out of the wolf ammo, super cheap ammo. I mean, this stuff is literally like less than 10 bucks a box. So keep that in mind. It's buckshot, but it's effective. So what I will say, just loading it, guys, compared to some more like premium shotguns, one of the spots you're definitely going to be making some sacrifices or compromises in with these cheaper like Turknelli clones compared to something like the Benelli M4 is that they're not going to be as smooth around the edges, right? They're going to be a lot more rough around the edges because you don't have the same manufacturing quality as you would with something like a Benelli. That's why you're paying that price tag. However, how much do those things actually matter to the average guy? Probably not much at all. Like I can tell this one's a little bit hard to load. It's a little bit stiff. It's a little bit rough, but as long as I can load it, that's the only thing I care about. But I'm sure there's going to be other people out there who have different priorities, or if you're like a high level competition shooter then and you really want a really nice shotgun, then maybe this isn't it. But you know, for somebody like me, your average guy just looking for something to have fun with, or just looking for a Benelli style gun, like a nice semi-automatic for a good price. Usually these Turknellis have treated me pretty well. I know there's some YouTubers who hate these guns, but I've never had an issue. We're all the way back here at 25. We're gonna see what the spread looks like. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, they're all pretty much center mass, and we had a few flyers here, but I mean, that's not bad at 25. Like I said, I have the tightest choke in this barrel to really tighten up the spread, but yeah, that's not bad at all. I mean, this is cheap ammo too, guys. I mean, none of this is super high-end buckshot ammo, and with shotguns, a lot of it has to do with the load that you're firing. I know some of the Hornady, that seems to group a lot better than some of this cheaper ammo. So it's really gonna depend on the load you put through it. But for cheap ammo, I mean, that is still very effective at 25 yards. So that's great. Let's change out the choke and put some slugs through her. See how accurate the red dot is with the slug. All right, so we got some Winchester Super X 2 3/4 inch rifled slugs. So these should be fairly accurate. I'm gonna take some shots at the head on the right target here, and I'm gonna take one shot at the gong, see if we can hit it and see how hard it smacks that gong. It might send that gong into the woods.
It might, yeah. It's gonna break it.
It might send that gong into the woods. So I'm curious to see how that works. I'm curious to see if, I mean, we sighted in the red dot with buckshot, so I don't know if it's gonna be as accurate with slugs, but we will find out. Looks like I hit.
It looks
slightly
low.
Right. So with slugs, we're a little bit right. It's not bad though. So we could definitely hit that gong.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. See, but that's pretty accurate. I mean, that's 25. You know, obviously, depending on what ammo you're going to use, the point of impact is going to be a little bit different. So if you're sighting this in with slugs, then you know, it's going to be a little bit different than shooting it with buckshot, obviously, because the spread's different. But if we move that a little bit to the left, we're going to be dead center.
Yep. Right in the temple.
Right in the temple. And I will say, I think this one's more accurate than my my S4 was.
That black
for
one.
sure. Yeah, the S4 was not. I don't believe this one was as accurate. That one was as accurate as this one. But it could have been the choke I was running in it, or whatever the case may be. But I mean, that's pretty much dead on. Where, you know, I was aiming here, and I was swaying a little bit. Obviously, it's a heavy gun. That's not bad. Not bad for a $500 shotgun. So if you want to hunt with it, you know, you're doing some, you know, bush hunting or whatever in a deer blind, probably be okay. And you'll have multiple rounds and multiple shots if you miss. Mm-hmm. So there you go. You don't have to pump anything.
You got a good follow-up shot.
Yeah, just boom, 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 boom. Put FRT in it. See what happens.
Imagine FRT in this shotgun.
All right, guys. Taking a shot at the gong.
Hey! Woo! It actually stayed.
Hey, that paracord strong.
Yeah! I swear.
I mean, that other one was on its last leg, but that is still swinging.
You can see where it hit, too.
Yeah, you can see that impact. You got rocked. You got hit by Mike Tyson. All right, guys, so I got these really cool slugs. If you guys have never seen them, these are the Black Aces Tactical GT9. Black Aces Tactical GT9. They're kind of unique in the way that they look. They are high velocity slugs, 1 ounce, but you can see that there. They're kind of like a star pattern.
Yeah. Yeah,
they're supposed to be like hollow points or whatnot, or act as hollow points. So yeah, they're pretty cool. So let's see what they do to that gong. We're gonna take 3 back-to-back shots of that gong and see if we can't send it into the nether. Yeah, we'll see how these kind of more unique, non-standard shotgun rounds run through the Turknelli. And then we're gonna run some drills, guys, as we do all the time. We're gonna do some drills and see if we can't get some really quick times with the Turknelli. So let's see what these GT9 slugs do to this gong. I do really like this tactical stock. It really does help line up that red dot and give you a nice place to rest your cheek. And I like that. I know some people don't, but I like it. What I will say though, just being someone who is right under 6 foot, it is a little bit long. So the gun itself is a little bit long, especially the stock, and there's not a lot of adjustment here. You can't adjust it a lot. You would probably have issues with this gun if you're shorter than I am. So if you're, you came out the wound as a midget, you're like 5'6", you're probably gonna have some issues with this because it is a little bit long, as you guys can see. The length of pull is definitely a little bit longer because of the tactical stocks. That may be something to take in consideration when you're selecting what model you want, when you're looking at the tactical stock version versus the fixed stock. Oh, I missed that one. I hit it while it was swinging.
Yeah.
The second one, I just missed it. Well, it looks like that first slug hit a little bit harder than those other ones. All right, guys, let's run some drills with this thing. I got some birdshot loads running here. These are like target clay loads. So if these run and they run reliably, then I'm pretty confident you could run any shell through this and have pretty good reliability, because these are literally clay loads. They are the cheapest thing you can buy, Winchester target loads. So let's see how they run. We're gonna run a drill. Cameraman's gonna control the shot clock. The beep goes off. I'm gonna take 2 shots at the left target and then 2 shots at the right target. And give me my time.
Stand by. .9.
Pellets are so small, but they ran.
Yeah?
They ran quick too. I mean, 2.9 seconds. You couldn't do that with a pump.
No.
You couldn't do that with a pump.
At minimum.
It would be double the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, even with birdshot, like it's all center mass too. So the wad did more damage than the birdshot.
Is shooter ready?
Yes, sir.
Stand by. 2-0.
Cut it by 0.9 seconds.
Yep.
I mean, that's pretty
damn near a second.
Pretty good. I can get quicker on my my draw from low ready. But I mean, firing those off, guys, like the recoil impulse with birdshot is just absolutely insane. So like I said, for something like skeet shooting, like you're trying to shoot quickly, you could probably definitely use something like this. Mind you, I didn't even change the choke out, so we're still using the complete, the open choke for the slugs. But yeah, I mean, that's quick. Boom, 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 boom.
Mm-hmm.
That fast, 2 seconds. So do it one more time so we can speed it up.
I think you get 1.7.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Shooter ready?
Yes, sir.
Stand by. 1.8.
Yeah.
I knew you'd get
Fed it up every time. I mean, obviously not much to see. You guys see it obliterate the targets, but I think that passes for home defense. Mm-hmm. Like for a sticky situation, you have to use this firearm. I mean, you can get some really quick split times with a semi-automatic shotgun. And I think that's what really differentiates the Benelli versus, other semi-automatic shotguns, is that it's reliable too. Like you can run even birdshot loads through it, but it's quick, it's reliable, and especially the Turknellis coming in at $500, under $500, like that's impressive. You can get some really quick split times with it. So, all right, so now we're gonna switch it up a little bit. They do like to call this a combat shotgun, or they like to call the Benelli M4 a combat shotgun because that's what it was designed for originally. But let's see. So we're gonna do an interesting drill here. I've got 2 rounds of buckshot loaded and 1 slug. So I'm gonna have cameraman hit the timer. I'm gonna come up and take 1 shot apiece with buckshot to take out our 2 targets. And then I'm gonna run all the way back to the 25-yard line and pop the gong. So let's see if I can pull this off.
Stand by. .9.5.
That flinged that mug. It looks like the buckshot was effective. Hit him in the liver here. And then here, yeah, we kind of blew out that area. But, or maybe we should do it opposite.
Go slug and then buck.
The slug, run up, hit with the buck.
I think that'd be good.
Yeah. Oh, malfunctioned.
Oh.
It didn't load. I felt like that load, I could feel the recoil. It felt like it was
off,
underpowered. Yeah, like I felt it. It was like,
it sounded weird too.
Yeah, it did. It felt like it was underpowered.
Yeah, it did sound like it didn't have enough pressure.
Yeah, I mean, it kicked the shell out, just didn't load the next one. I think that was definitely
shell related.
Shell related. I mean, this is cheap ammo. Like I said, we're running the cheapest of cheap ammo. Even the buckshot, it's pretty cheap. But should we just give it another shot then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give it another try.
As you guys can see, these are kind of like low brass loads. It's Fiocchi ammo. It's 1,250 feet per second. But it definitely just seemed like that one was underpowered. So we'll give it another go. Maybe it doesn't like this ammo. It's the first time I'm running it through it. Maybe it's just a little bit more picky on ammo. But that's crazy considering that the birdshot, it ran no problem.
Yeah.
And then this buckshot, it would have an issue. So we'll give it one more chance. Let's see what happens.
All right. The shooter understand the course of fire?
Yes, sir.
Stand by.
Oh.
Same thing.
Yeah, it doesn't like that ammo.
So it doesn't like Fiocchi.
Nope. It doesn't like that ammo. It like short strokes it. So it's a little bit picky on ammo, guys. I mean, that's kind of surprising that it runs the birdshot ammo,
but it won't run Fiocchi buck.
Yeah.
That's a bit weird.
I mean, that's really cheap buckshot, dude.
Yeah.
And like I can feel when I shoot it, it just feels super underpowered.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna lie, I'm not trying to make excuses. Like I'm being as honest as I can be right now. Like the ammo when you shoot it, it feels like birdshot.
Even sounds like a bit underpowered.
Yeah, I don't know.
Shooter ready?
Yes, sir.
Stand by. Or 6.4.
But I took 2 shots at the head on each. Seems effective. We know it wouldn't penetrate. It's birdshot, but
it peppers them.
Yeah, you pepper them. Probably scare the shit out of them. All right, now we're gonna do a 3-position drill like we always do. 1 shot here, running to the middle, 1 shot, and then running to the left side, 1 shot. This is gonna be a little bit more difficult because these slugs are definitely gonna sling that
steel.
Yeah, sling that steel quite a bit. Swinging motherfucker.
13.5.
Good enough. That second one was swinging. I shot right under it.
Shooter ready?
Yes, sir.
Stand by. 2-0.
Well, if we accomplished anything today, we've made good use out of our targets.
Yes.
Good use out of.
We've got our money's worth.
Yeah, the targets. Yeah. But just to close this out, guys, what are my final thoughts on the MAC-1014? In my honest opinion, I think the Turknellis are probably the best value shotgun for under $500. I mean, there's not a lot of shotguns out there that can do what this shotgun can under $500. There's definitely not any semi-automatics, in my experience, that are even comparable to this shotgun at $500. It's quicker than a pump. You don't have to worry about pumping it, so if you're doing competition shooting or something like that, or you want something that you can run really quickly, you're definitely gonna have an advantage with this. However, you know, reliability with pump actions is kind of hard to beat. This gun was pretty reliable today out here on the range, other than that Fiocchi ammo, that really cheap home defense ammo. But I'm really gonna chop that up to the ammo, guys, because it ran the birdshot, the low-powered birdshot, with no problems, but it choked on that Fiocchi ammo, and when I shot it, I could feel that it was just underpowered. I mean, even the birdshot felt like it had more power than that home defense Fiocchi, like buckshot ammo. But with that being said, other than that, the reliability was really good. We were able to get some really quick splits out here when we were doing drills, and overall, I think if you're looking for something that you can do everything with, from hunting, home defense, range use, competition use, and you're on a budget, these are really, really hard to beat. And if this doesn't satisfy what you want in a shotgun and maybe you want something a little bit more premium, there are other variants of the Turknellis out there that you can look at. I know Orthos has a very, very high-end model that I think has like a ported barrel and it has all the fancy attachments on it. I think MAC maybe even offers a competition model. So if you feel like these more base model Turknellis leave a lot to be desired, then there's always other options that you can go for that are just a little bit nicer, and they're still way cheaper than a Benelli M4 at $2,000. So if you don't want to spend $2,000 on a shotgun and you're looking for something very similar, then this will satisfy your desires, at least in my opinion, because I'm somebody who's always really wanted a Benelli, and as soon as these Turknellis hit the market, I got so excited. What MAC is doing for the gun industry right now, in my opinion, is great. I love that they're offering really affordable options to your everyday average individual as myself for a affordable price. Now, the downsides to this specific version of the MAC-1014, what I will say, like I mentioned in the video, the stock is a little bit long. So your length of pull is gonna be a little bit longer than the fixed stock in my personal experience. As you can see, you do have a pretty long length of pull with this gun. So I'm right under 6 foot tall. I'm not quite 6 foot. I didn't get there, blame it on my parents. But if you're significantly shorter than I am, then this may be a little bit of a long gun for you to use, because this stock, while it looks adjustable, it doesn't move. You can't really move it much. Overall, it does what a shotgun is expected to do, in my opinion, and it ran pretty reliably, pretty quickly. It's not the most premium thing on the market, but for the price point, I really don't think there's anything out there that's competing with this gun, or a lot of the Turknellis in general. I do like this one a lot more than the last Turknelli I owned. I do like the tactical furniture, the fact that you can mount a light on there. I do believe MAC does sell a version with an M-LOK rail on it. This is a Midwest Industries rail, so this is aftermarket, but you can get a version that has that rail already on it. So if you want to go ahead and mount a light or whatnot, you can do that. While Benelli, on the other hand, if you want a model with a rail on it, you're going to be paying a lot of money. As far as this light here, the M300 clone light, guys, these are super good for the price. I mean, these are a quarter of the price of an actual Surefire light, and they work very, very well. So if you don't believe me, I just mounted this on a 12 gauge shotgun. It didn't loosen up whatsoever. We still have light, it's still working, and this is a $35 light. You can buy these on Amazon, and they work very, very well. And if you don't believe me, I challenge you, go buy one, test it out for yourself, put it on your gun, and see how you like it. Because I promise you, once you do, you'll probably never spend $300 or $400 on a flashlight again. Because these work really, really well, and they're compatible with all the different Surefire parts. So go check out that link in the description if you're interested in getting one of these little Surefire SOTAC clone lights for your rifle or shotgun. If you haven't checked these out, you should definitely check these out. They are a great value. I'm gonna give this gun a pass in my book. I think it's worth it. I think it's the best value. And if you don't have one, I would definitely recommend adding one to your collection, especially if you can't afford a Benelli M4, because the platform in itself is just so different from every other shotgun on the market that you should try it out yourself. Even if it's just a range toy, pick it up, try it out. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. If you enjoyed the video, please like below, subscribe to the channel for more content, and comment below on what you think the best shotgun is for under $500. If it is not the Turknellis, if it is not the MAC-1014, what is the best shotgun in your opinion under $500? We want to know. Let us know below, and we can debate. I will see you guys next time, and I'm out. Peace.